Chapter 17 Trials of the Black River. As the sun rose on a new day, the disciples of the Tang priest Sanzang found themselves at the edge of the Black River, a vast expanse of water that stretched out before them like an inky ribbon of fate. The river, known far and wide for its treacherous currents and the monstrous alligator demon that dwelled within, was a formidable obstacle on their sacred quest to the western regions. The tale of their journey was one of legend, a saga that wove through the tapestry of time, a story of heroes and demons, of trials and tribulations, and of the unyielding spirit of those who dared to face the unknown. The disciples, each with their own unique strengths and virtues, were bound by a common purpose: to escort the wise and noble Sanzang to the western regions and retrieve the sacred scriptures that held the key to enlightenment. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, was a figure of legend in his own right. His prowess in combat was matched only by his cunning and resourcefulness. His fiery spirit and boundless energy were the driving force behind the group, a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. Friar Sand, the ever-loyal and steadfast warrior, was the rock upon which the group relied. His unwavering dedication and unbreakable resolve were the anchors that kept the disciples grounded in the face of despair. The pig, with his insatiable appetites and jovial nature, brought a sense of lightness to the group. His humor and good spirits were a balm to the weary souls of his companions, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was still room for laughter and joy. As they approached the Black River, the disciples were filled with a sense of foreboding. The tales of the alligator demon were not mere stories told to frighten children. They were very much a reality. The demon was a creature of nightmares, a monstrous being with a voracious appetite for human flesh. It had claimed the palace of the Black River's rightful god as its own, casting the kind deity into exile and plunging the river into an age of terror. The disciples stood on the riverbank, their eyes scanning the murky waters, searching for a sign of a way across. It was then that they saw a boat approaching, a lone figure rowing with steady strokes. The man, a stranger to the disciples, offered to ferry them across the river. Weary from their travels and with no other options in sight, Sanzang and Pig, with a glimmer of hope in their eyes, accepted the offer. As the boat pushed off from the riverbank, the disciples felt a sense of relief. The river's surface was calm, the waters smooth, and for a moment, they dared to believe that they might cross the Black River unscathed. But fate had other plans. The storm that erupted from nowhere was a tempest of fury, a violent dance of wind and water that threatened to engulf the world. The boat was but a leaf in the storm's wrath, and it capsized with a mighty crash. The disciples were thrown into the churning waters, their cries for help swallowed by the roaring storm. In the chaos, the alligator demon revealed his true form. His eyes, cold and calculating, bore into the disciples as he ensnared the Tang priest and Pig in his trick. The demon's laughter echoed across the river, a chilling promise of doom. Friar Sand and Sun Wukong, left stranded on the riverbank, felt a wave of despair wash over them. The fate of their companions was uncertain, and the thought of losing them was a knife to their hearts. But they were disciples of the Tang priest, and they would not be defeated so easily. They vowed to rescue Sanzang and Pig, no matter the cost. Sun Wukong, with his divine powers, took to the skies, his eyes scanning the river's depths for any sign of the missing disciples. His search was in vain, but he did not falter. He knew that they were still alive, and he would not rest until he had brought them back. Friar Sand, unable to bear the weight any longer, dove into the river, his determination driving him deeper into the heart of the storm. He discovered the alligator demon's palace, a grand structure of stone and darkness that loomed over the riverbed like a monolith of evil. Overhearing the demon's plans, Friar San's rage boiled over, and he challenged the demon to release the Tang priest and pig. The underwater battle that ensued was a clash of titans. Friar San, wielding his staff with all his might, fought with a ferocity that matched the demon's own. The alligator demon, however, was a formidable foe. His steel flail was a blur of motion, and his strength was that of 100 warriors. The fight raged on for what felt like an eternity, the river's depths echoing with the sounds of battle. Neither Friar San nor the alligator demon gained the upper hand, and as the fight wore on, Friar San knew that he could not win. But he had a plan. Feigning defeat, Friar San retreated, emerging from the river to inform Sun Wukong of the demon's treachery. Sun Wukong, ever the clever hero, knew that they needed help. He decided to seek aid from the Dragon King of the Western Sea, Ao Shun, whose power and influence could turn the tide of this battle. In the Grand Palace of the Dragon King, Sun Wukong presented the invitation he had intercepted, a damning piece of evidence that implicated the Dragon King in the demon's plot. The Dragon King, horrified by the accusations and eager to clear his name, vowed to help Sun Wukong rescue the Tang priest and pig. The Dragon King dispatched his son, Prince Emoang, with a contingent of his strongest sea soldiers to apprehend the alligator demon. Sun Wukong, ever eager to see the resolution of this ordeal, accompanied the prince, his heart filled with hope. Upon reaching the Black River, Prince Emoang challenged the alligator demon to a duel, offering him a chance to avoid punishment if he could defeat the prince. The alligator demon, arrogant and overconfident, accepted the challenge, unaware of the trap he was walking into. The battle between Prince Emoang and the alligator demon was a spectacle of might and cunning. The prince, armed with a golden mace, fought with the skill and ferocity of a true warrior. The alligator demon, wielding his steel flail, put up a valiant fight, but he was no match for the prince's cunning and strength. In the end, Prince Emoang emerged victorious, capturing the alligator demon and presenting him to Sun Wukong for judgment. The demon, now humbled and repentant, begged for mercy and promised to return the Tang priest and pig if his life was spared. Sun Wukong, ever the merciful hero, decided to spare the demon's life, but he knew that the Dragon King would not be so forgiving. The alligator demon was taken back to the Western Sea to face the consequences of his actions. With the alligator demon defeated and the river god restored to his rightful place, the disciples were finally able to cross the Black River. The river god, grateful for their help, used his magic to part the waters, creating a path for the disciples to safely cross. As the disciples continued their journey to the west, they carried with them the lessons of this encounter, that even in the face of great danger and adversity, courage, wisdom, and the power of friendship could overcome any obstacle. And so, the tale of the Black River and the alligator demon became a legend, a story told and retold throughout the land, a testament to the enduring spirit of the disciples and the boundless mercy of the great sage, Sun Wukong. The journey was far from over, and the disciples knew that there would be more challenges ahead. But they also knew that they had within them the strength to face whatever trials awaited them. They were bound by a common purpose, united by a shared destiny, and they would not be deterred. As they walked along the ancient roads, the sun setting on the horizon, casting long shadows on the path before them, they knew that they were part of something greater than themselves. Their journey was not just about retrieving the sacred scriptures. It was about the journey itself, the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the heroes made. And so, the disciples pressed on, their hearts filled with determination and hope, their spirits unbroken. They were the disciples of the Tang priest Sanzang, and they would not be defeated. Their story, a tale of courage and cunning, of good triumphing over evil, would be told for generations to come, a shining beacon of hope in a world filled with darkness. The Black River was but one chapter in their saga, a testament to their bravery and their unwavering commitment to their cause. And as they faced each new challenge, they would remember the lessons of the Black River, the power of courage, wisdom, and friendship, and the boundless mercy of the great sage, Sun Wukong. In the end, it was not just the sacred scriptures that they sought, but the enlightenment that came from within. It was the journey that shaped them, the trials that tempered their spirits, and the friendships that gave them strength. And as they walked the path to the western regions, they carried with them the legacy of the Black River, a story of hope and courage that would live on forever. If you want to know what happened afterwards, listen to the explanation in the next installment.